Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. We're back with another video. This video is titled, the chapter is 1029, The Tower. Let's get into it. So this chapter, it was really good. I liked it more than last week. It was about Sanji included in it. It was about Kid and Kid and Law versus Big Mom. And then we had Killer versus Hawkins with the two Ks on the same crew. I always end up messing up their names. I apologize about that. But overall, it was a good chapter. So let's talk about it. I really did like the cover page. It was about Julie Brony. She is in an eating contest against some sea otters. I think the otters look really cute and it's pretty cool. The chapter, it starts off with Sanji and Queen where we left off last week, where Queen's blade is bouncing around, and so Queen talks about, hey, you know, Sanji, you are using armor hockey. Judge, he told me, or he knew something about his kids being soldiers who have enhanced or hardened skin. However, they are turned into hearts of ice. And Chopper's in the you know, Chopper, like, he loves to gas everybody up. Usopp, Zoro, and Sanji, he does it all the time. And so he's like, hey Sanji, you just broke a blade with your bare skin. And Sanji's like, well, what the heck did I just do? He said, I don't want to be a monster. And so I love it. Sanji just ends up taking off, running away. He's like, I need a minute to think. And so he starts sprinting, which makes sense because he's going through a midlife crisis. He's scared. He doesn't understand what is going on with him. So this makes logical sense to me, and I love that this was included. And Sanji, he also got shot by bullets. However, they did no damage because of Sanji's skin. And the reason why I'd say Sanji didn't dodge, knowing that he has observation haki, well, two things. One, Oda narratively rode away so that they could showcase his new power. And number two, because Sanji is not really paying much attention, you have to be calm to use observation haki. However, you had to be even calmer to use future sight. So because Sanji was frantic and he wasn't calm, that makes sense on why he was running away and he got shot by those bullets. And I just find it funny how Queen is always like itching, just like, hey, let me see your tech, man, like, let me see your tech. And he's doing it again. He's like, go ahead, put on the raid suit, Sanji, like show me what German can do. It's hilarious. In this chapter, Kid got some, I'd say, a good feat. He is suffering because Hawkins still has his life in his hands. So anytime he takes damage, Kid takes the damage. And so Law's like, hey, Kid, you're being a hindrance. I don't understand what you're doing. Law uses a counter shock of Big Mom. She screams. However, he gets hit with a heavenly fire. And then Big Mom does like a little somersault midair and then lands with Kid not guarding. Lands a hit with Napoleon straight on his back, where Kid, I guess you could say, he tanks it. And I'm a little bit disappointed because realistically, if Big Mom was trying 100%, she should be killing Kid. But like, I don't understand. I mean, shout out to Kid. This is showing off his strength and his endurance and his durability. But like, they just narratively always find a way to limit Big Mom. And like, she's relative to Kaido, relative to Shanks and other Yonko and close to admirals, on, you know, some stronger than some. And I just feel like she just finds a way to be unimpressive, and I can't really defend her anymore. One thing I love is Kid. He is very upset. He's like, well, if I die here without taking down an emperor, my whole life as a pirate, it'll be a joke. And so we understand that Killer, what he wants as a pirate, it may not necessarily be the One Piece. I mean, that is his all and be all, but at the same time, he wants to be famous and he wants to be known throughout the world. The reason why I have more respect for Killer in this chapter, it reminds me of Zoro at Thriller Bark when he was begging Kuma for Luffy's life and take his instead. This is basically what Killer did. Killer, he couldn't keep attacking Hawkins because it would just hurt Kid. And the reason why Kid had the headache was because Hawkins kept banging his head in the concrete, forcing him to bleed. And you know, Hawkins wouldn't get hurt. So Killer, he's like, hey, here's the thing. If you let Kid live, you could take my life instead. And so Hawkins, he attempts to do that. However, they also get in a scuffling match, a Talk No Jutsu match, where he's like, hey, Killer's like, hey, you submitted to Kaido is because you were scared and because you pissed your pants when Kaido came, that you weren't a real pirate, basically. And Hawkins is like, ain't nobody beating those two monsters. The only way to survive in the new world is to join under their crew. And both sides make sense, but if I was in the pirate world, I don't want to submit over anyone. I want to be a part of my own crew with my own captain, or if I'm the captain, I want to be a part of that crew and not somebody else's. So I probably would have done what Kid and Killer did. I probably would have lost to Kaido, but still. And so Hawkins is going to go and kill Killer. However, Killer, he goes and he hits Hawkins with an attack that cuts off his left arm. And Hawkins is like, well, what the heck am I screaming for? Why isn't I in pain? He's like, Kid doesn't have a left arm, because we know Kid lost it against red-haired Shanks. And so basically Killer wanted to know what happens if you get hurt when somebody doesn't, or the pain has nowhere to go, and obviously it still hurts him. So Hawkins loses his arm. And I will say, this chapter was a little bit hard to read because there was a lot of panels everywhere. I'm sitting here like, okay, well, it was pretty hard to read, but I got through it. Then Killer, he asked Hawkins, hey, question number 2. If I take this straw out of your arm, how many do you have left? And he's like, 1. So he took it out and he finished off Hawkins, where Hawkins, he pulled out a card, because you know Hawkins loves his card, and the card was talking about the tower, and basically the tower, it showcases the result of the battle, but we don't know what that means yet. We'll probably figure it out eventually. I don't know yet. I know Hawkins, he got defeated this chapter. He's probably not dead. Oda doesn't kill off characters, but Hawkins did lose an arm. And Killer, when Killer wasn't held back, he actually low-diffed Hawkins after Killer fought on the rooftop. So I don't even know if I'm underestimating Killer, if Hawkins is just trash, or if it's a little bit of both. But I love the dynamic of Killer at the end of the chapter after he defeated Hawkins. He's like, go get him, partner. And then Kid, he gets up and Big Mom's like, oh, you're no longer in pain, are you? He's like, nah, I'm feeling all better. So next chapter is definitely Big Mom versus Law and Kid. Overall, this was a really good chapter. I enjoyed it a lot. I love seeing Sanji's internal struggle about being a Vinsmoke. I also like seeing that Big Mom, she tanked Law's attack, and then she went in and she hit Kid. Kid got an impressive feat. Big Mom is showcasing why she's an emperor right here. I do still think she's a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is. And we got to see Kid and Killer, their dynamic. We got to see Killer, his resolve for his captain, that he's willing to die for him, and that he's very smart and tactical. Out of the two, Killer is the smart and calculated one, while Kid is the one who is very impulsive, similar to Luffy and Zoro. And that Killer, he took down business. Like I said, I think I underestimated his strength. I think Hawkins was a pretty trash opponent for him. I wish Killer got somebody more important. And so the fights that we have left is Raizo versus Fukurokujo. We got to figure out what Dendro is doing. We got to see what happened to Hiyori and Orochi. Then we have Zoro versus Queen versus Sanji, and then Luffy versus Kaido, and Big Mom versus the two Law and Kid. Those are the final fights of the war. So I'm excited. We're pushing through. I think we're probably about 70-75% done with Wano. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.